In fact, they at one time believed that there were several places where Homo sapiens grew up, that Homo sapiens didn't just start in Africa. They started in Europe, they started in Asia, and they were all simultaneous. But that's a lie. And science has shown that that's a lie, and that's not correct. That's bad science. All Homo sapiens started on the continent of Africa around 250 to 350,000 years ago. That's all Homo sapiens. Every human being on the earth today is fundamentally a Homo sapien. So that is the fact that before 70,000 years ago, that is before the outmigration out of the continent of Africa, all human beings, all humans, all Homo sapiens were black. But after the migration, then of course we began to see also that different physical types and features occurred over thousands of years in different parts of the world. But the fundamental point that I'm making here about the international idea is that we as African people cannot support any form any form of oppression of another people. And that is, I've always told people, even though I oppose the oppression of the people in Gaza, I also oppose and have opposed the oppression of Jewish people. I oppose anti Semitism. I oppose also anti Africanism. And any people who uh, uh, are treated badly, whether they're people who declare transgender, or whether they're people who declare uh, that they are LGBTQ, whatever, you cannot support oppression. That has never been our attitude as African values. You are working, people work toward humanity. You work to be human. Human work, you work toward moneticity. You work toward justice, toward harmony, toward balance, toward an appreciation for humanity. And when you see someone, you see you're looking at a human being. And that human being has possibilities, has capabilities. That human being can also uh, be somebody who disappoints you, could be someone who would turn around and betray you, who would brutalize you, who would attempt to exploit you. You have that, but you don't. Even if they do that, you don't say that they are not human beings. You just simply say they dishonest human beings. They're betraying human beings. They're brutal human beings, but they're human beings. No such thing as unhuman in this regard. You see, but there are people who do inhumane things, inhuman things. So let's get back to some of these political issues. I just want to go through some of them quickly because I think that part of what I am seeing when I talk to people daily is that there's a lot of lack of knowledge. Actually, there's a lack of knowledge about what is going on in the world, and what has gone on in the world. Take for example this whole question of the war in Congo. The war in Congo, and Congo has been at war probably longer than any other nation, longer than the Ukraine war, longer even than the Sudan war. The war in Congo has been going on almost immediately after the massacre in Rwanda, and this is because a group of people left Rwanda and formed a group called the M23. And those borders between Rwanda and Congo are adjacent. And it's easy for groups to slide from one country to another country. And so, in going from Rwanda into Congo to join up with even people of the same ethnic community, uh, what happened was M23 was formed to fight against the people in Eastern Congo. And unfortunately for Congo, this was an area, or is an area, of some of its richest minerals. This is where we get a lot of the stuff that we use in our telephones, use in modern robotics and airplanes, and, any kind of modern AI, artificial intelligence. We use that. We use all those materials. Coltan is just one of them. We mentioned that coltan a lot, but in fact, the rare earth minerals in that region are some of the minerals that really fuel the world. And the control of that really is at the heart of the control of a large part of the future of the world. That is the case with Eastern Congo. Congo is, in effect, probably the richest nation in the world in terms of the minerals that are within the minerals and resources that are within that country. And so claiming that is something that nations have been looking forward to. One of the things that just happened recently, a couple of weeks ago, was that the president of the United States, Trump, announced that there had been a deal between Rwanda and Congo. And this deal had been one that was mediated by a man, uh, uh, Bulus, who is the actually his son married Trump's daughter, Tiffany. And Bulus was given almost authority to go and deal with the African leadership. So, in the name of Trump. So, he went and supposedly got a deal between Rwanda and Congo with the idea that the minerals of the Congo would be traded to the United States of America, and that America would have a big lock on that if America could help President Tshisekedi keep down the fighting with the people in the M23 that are supported by President Kagame of Rwanda. And so they had this big announcement in the Oval Office that a deal had been made. Now, President Tshisekedi from Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, was not there, and neither was Kagame from Rwanda in the Oval Office. Just Trump and his handpicked member of his legal family, and some lower delegation from Congo and from Rwanda, and they announced this deal. Uh, the African community as a whole, from what I can gather from talking to people on the continent, as well as people in the United States and in Brazil, who are African people, we basically are disappointed at Rwanda and at Democratic Republic of Congo for basically, again, putting themselves into a slavery position to the Trump administration. And the reason we say this is because there is no good in this contract for the people of Congo. The United States government has not agreed to build schools or to help the economy of Congo. What they have done is to try to rob Congo of its minerals. And this is in a global international competition with the Chinese government. And this is a very critical time for Africa because Africa controls the future of the earth in terms of resources. And everybody knows that. Everybody knows that that's the big one. The big one is Africa. And how do you control the African resources without controlling or at least manipulating the vanity of African leadership? That to me is one of the biggest problems of African people that we have. And we are always discussing this and trying to come to some understanding of why this is the case. Part of it is ignorance, as I say.